Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to the final week of our English 410 class. You've made it! Hooray! We are just working on the MIR this week, so it's kind of a short overview video because we're just working on that. Your interview results summary is due this evening. You should have your interviews done by now because you're going to incorporate the quotes, the summaries, the paraphrases, the information you gathered in those interviews. You're going to want to make sure that that's a part of your MIR document. So make sure that you've got those done by midnight tonight. And then make sure that you're incorporating that data in our MIR documents. And there are, of course, guidelines for how to cite a personal interview in APA style. I've got these links for you in the modules tab, but you can just go to Scribber or Al Purdue, something like that, to find out how to cite a personal interview in APA style. Of course, we're going to want to follow the 7th edition guidelines because those are the most current. So then just scroll on down and you can see how you can do in-text citations, which is going to include the person's first initial and last name, the fact that this was a personal communication, and the date on which you conducted the interview. That's what you're going to be doing. You don't need YouTube interviews or newspaper interviews. It's just the personal interview right here. This one is the one that we are interested in when we're doing that format. So if you're using direct quotes, summaries, or paraphrases of your interview, remember all three of those things need to be cited in APA style in text for the personal interview. So you've got those interviews due tonight. Make sure that when you incorporate the data from those interviews, you are citing it in the proper format there. And that link for you is in the modules tab as well, so you can find it easy, or just type how to cite a personal interview in APA style into Google and you get what you need to. Lots of ways to get the information. Other than that, we're going to be working on our MIR this week. You do have an extra credit opportunity that's due on Wednesday. This is just kind of a fun way to play with language. It's called syntactic ambiguity, which means sometimes when we say a sentence, it can be interpreted in multiple ways. And so for this extra credit, I just need you to tell me all the ways that this sentence could be interpreted based on how it's written and how it's punctuated, or perhaps the lack of punctuation. Can be just as meaningful as punctuation. So extra credit available on Wednesday if you want to fill that out. And other than that, we're just working on our MIR document. Lots of helpful things about the MIR are located in the modules tab, including sample MIR documents. So I'd highly recommend you check those out, particularly for formatting reasons, because format is hard. And yeah, format's tricky. So check out the samples. We have 2 samples actually, so you can see how these reports have been successfully done in the past. Now these reports are not perfect, but they're pretty solid. There's always room for improvement in writing. I don't know that there's such a thing as a perfect document because we're always learning, we're always growing, things could always be made better. But these are some solid examples of MIRs. So if you're formulating your ideas, you've gathered all your research, you're like, all right, I'm ready to put it together, but I kind of want to see what it looks like first. Check out those samples. That's going to be just so helpful for you because it's nice to be able to look specifically at how this has been successfully done in the past in order to guide how you're doing it in the present. So check out those samples. I think you'll find that those are highly helpful there. And then we are turning in our MIR beginning of finals week next week. It's due on, there we go. It's due on the 21st. And then you're done. That's all you got to do. You got to turn in that MIR and then you are done, which is exciting. It's worth a bunch of points. So please, please, please turn it in. The end of the quarter is the 24th. Absolutely nothing is accepted for credit, for points, for anything after the 24th. It's just, that's how the quarter works. So submit these on time. The management investigative reports, definitely make sure that those get in on time. Don't turn those in late. Make sure they are on time because they're worth this is a technical term, they're worth a crap ton of points. 150 points. That's a lot of points, guys. So even if it's just one day late, I have to take 10% off of that. So please turn them in on time. Please, please, please. It will help you lots. Turn them in on time. You've got all of this week to work on it. You don't have any other assignments you have to do. The extra credits bonus, but you don't have any other assignments in this class that you're working on, just this one. So use that time wisely. Use it well. We've had all of this week, all the weekend, 21st, turn it in. Don't turn it in late. Turn it in on time. Turn it in early if you can. That would be even better. Turn it in early. I'll get it graded faster for you. You'll know exactly where you stand in the class. All of that's really good stuff. I am going to have your grades finalized on the 24th because I have to submit them to the administration shortly after that. After they go to the administration, I have no control over the grades at all. They're out of my hands and they're onto the transcript office. So if you have any questions about your grades, the time to ask is before the 24th. So turn in those management investigative reports. I'm hoping to grade those on the 23rd is my plan. And then all your grades will be finalized and ready to go. That way, if you have any questions, you'll have time to reach out before I submit those final grades. Because we're almost done. So if you have any questions, reach out. I'm here to help. Make sure you check out those sample MIR documents in the modules tab. You'll find that really useful. Make sure you're following the APA style guidelines, particularly with your interview data. And I look forward to seeing how this all comes together, guys. You have worked so hard this quarter. You've built the pieces of this MIR throughout the last 11 weeks. And now is the chance to kind of show off what you can do. And that's what the MIR is. It's that chance to show off. So I'm excited to see what you've learned, what you're able to accomplish here. And have a great week, guys.